In this lesson, we're going to learn the jumping turn side kick. And unfortunately, I don't have a video of this on the heavy bag as a running, jumping turn side kick. But you could imagine the technique is going to look exactly like this at the finish. So as you run up to the bag, you would run up to the bag and then you take off with the non-kicking leg first, and then you spin around and do the kick just like that. So one leg up before the other and kick. So if you're looking at this here, you can see, again, imagine that I'm running towards the heavy bag. The heavy bag is over here. And then with proper timing and distance, this is one of the more difficult kicks to get your distance right. Coming up and then kicking. So, and there's no two-leg takeoff. So, I mean, whether you want to call it a jumping turn side kick or whether you want to call it flying turn side kick, when we're running up to the heavy bag, there's no two-leg takeoff. You're never going to run up to the bag, come to a complete stop, and then leap up with both legs. It's never going to happen. So when we're doing the running version of it, whether you want to call it jumping or flying, it's the same. It's always going to look like this at the finish. So when you get to the final step before the kick, then you're going to leap up into the air, spin around. You're basically doing a 180 and then coming around and hitting the bag. So I know it's not the easiest to see on here, but this is the best that I have of this technique at the moment. So here you can see coming around. Again, it's difficult to pause at the right moment. But this is what it looks like. So that one there, more difficult than doing a regular running, flying side kick because of the rotation. The rotation can confuse your opponent. There's no real additional power on this technique versus a regular running, flying side kick, but the rotation can confuse your opponent. And of course, with the rotation, at the last moment, you could change, for example, from jumping turn side kick, and you could potentially turn that into a jumping reverse roundhouse kick, for example. So you could fool your opponent. So you've got that element of deception with this technique that you don't have with a regular flying side kick. So that might be one reason why you would want to use the running jumping turn side kick or running flying turn side kick. Here it is from the front. So I've got front view as well. So again, you just have to imagine that I'd be running up to the bag, and then this would be the final step before the bag, and that's what it would look like. So there you go. That is the running, jumping, or running, flying turn side kick. So till the next lesson.